This year has been a big increase from previous years. We have a total of 56 competitor teams, of which at least more than 30 are international teams. And the level of preparation of the vehicles are very, very high. It gets higher and higher. And the local teams are also well prepared. But the next few days will be more intense. You will see more intense action coming up. Safety part, we have 2 ambulance, RFC ambulance. We have paramedics. We have a doctor stand by all the time. So these people are always with us. That's on one. Number 2, we have the police Brigade Tenggara, who is our radio man who can link to the police operation base in Kuantan and also in Kuala Lumpur, Sulawesi. We can get emergency helicopter service to rescue us in case of anything.
Basically, the object of inspecting and scrutineering these vehicles is a safety check. The vehicles are going deep into the jungle. A lot of these vehicles are coming over from Europe, coming from foreign countries. They don't really know what to expect.
At last, after 10 months of preparation, including the last 2 months of high anxiety over the Afghan crisis, the 5th edition of the Rainforest Challenge is on. It was a great challenge just to get everyone to the starting line, but well worth every ounce of effort. But first, before they head off for extreme action, the vehicles had to be checked thoroughly by the officials to ensure safety during the 10-day event.
I'm very happy to be here and to witness for myself the big numbers contribute to the success.
A welcome dinner was organized for the first time this year to get everyone into the right mood, which was also held in conjunction with the launching of the Inter-Pacific Lifestyle Tourism Promotion. It was also the night where the event won the award from the Malaysia Book of Records as the most countries' participation in a 4x4 event. This is a made-in-Malaysia event for the world, which also won the praises from the foreign media as the most internationally represented 4x4 event. After the dinner, it was time for serious briefing for all the 320 participants, including members of the press coming from Asia Pacific, Oceania, Africa and Europe. A total of 7 overseas TV stations, including first-timers from China Central Television, CCTV5, were also present to give coverage to the event. At last, it was the big day itself. Pahang State played host to the Rainforest Challenge 2001. The razzmatazz of the opening ceremony at the First World Hotel at Genting Highlands was befitting the most internationally represented 4x4 event in the world, the Rainforest Challenge. DMIB Berhad, the main sponsor of the event, through SIMEX Marketing, also made a donation of 20,000 ringgit to the Afghanistan Relief Fund at the ceremony, making this an adventure event with a heart. The The stars of the event were undoubtedly the SIMEX Jungle Trekker 2 and the Extreme Trekker 4x4 tires, the battle-proven tires for the most extreme conditions in an event dubbed by the international press as the toughest 4x4 event in the world. And in facing the awesome terrain, the ultimate escape accessory to have is the electrical worn winches. Only the most well-prepared vehicles and adventurers can be counted on. There's no place for anything less. Such is the reputation of the event in the eyes of the world's 4x4 fraternity. A total of 56 competitor teams made it to the starting line, the biggest number of teams in the event's 4-year history. However, it was also the most difficult, especially in providing the correct information on Malaysia as a safe and stable country in the aftermath of September 11th. In the end, it was truly a triumph in communications and public relations for Malaysia. For the Chinese team, it was Enter the Dragon Year, a learning experience for their final preparation next year. For the first time too, a Rainforest Challenge ambulance was put into service, which was fully fitted with a worn winch supplied from 4-wheel drive equipment, the pioneer and biggest 4x4 pro shop in the country. From the cool highlands, their first big test was at Sungai Dua near Karak, the prologue special stage. To get the adrenaline flowing, the 4 special stages in the area tested the drivers and their co-drivers on driving and teamwork. Those who get the most points will get first chance to start the following day. Here's the test to change one set of tires for another in a given time. The fastest to change them and drive to the finishing point wins maximum points. In whatever special stage, understanding and coordination between the team are crucial to a good finishing. Intermittent rains fell during this time, making the terrain slippery and wet, thus more challenging. In the Malaysian context, even a slight drizzle is enough to make the going tough. And this is only the first day of action. Wet and dry conditions can make a big difference, but come rain or shine, they will have to conserve and fight on for 9 more days. End of the first big test, which took 2 days to complete. Time to move to the next stage, to Kuala Tahan and Kampong Matdaling. The competition aspects were divided into 4 main sections, with a competition manager and his chief marshals and officials to manage them. Coordination and teamwork among the support crew are important to ensure a smooth flow of logistics. Their reports and results are monitored by the event HQ, which followed the convoy throughout the event. Thailand's favorite star came from Sutat and Chai Prasit, unbeatable in their home country. But somehow the championship crown here is still elusive, not due to their lack of skills, but more to mechanical failure. The Thais fielded their biggest contingent this year with 15 vehicles. Even though they have very promising teams, the Champions Trophy has been elusive since their first entry into the event in 1998. Water crossing is one of the favorite special stages. Here, the river is not swollen yet with debris and silt, but still, nobody takes any chances. For Simon Buck and Matthew Cook, one of the top teams from the UK and leading contenders in this event, this is their 3rd appearance and they've mastered the climate and local conditions well. Mechanical failure stopped them last year. However, this could be their big chance. Days of Thunder special stages are basically a test in driving skills and reading the terrain well. For Simon and Matthew, it was their best finish in the special stage, scoring a maximum 100 points. Meanwhile, more tests are in store for competitors at Torture Hill. Only the right kind of tires will do here. Here, the higher a team reaches the top, the more points it will accumulate. Having mud-gripping tires like these are everything to winning. It was a busy time for the meals management team, catering for the press and event officials, comprising of 3 vehicles and 7 personnel. It was also a place to catch up on the latest news and stories. The nerve center of the event, where all news and communications are received and decisions taken for the next move, which also comes with a medical center. Here, the overall happenings are being scrutinized for the good of everyone. Various score sheets are collected and tabulated to give updated results by the scoremaster team, which will then be vetted through by the competition committee. From Spain, a country renowned for 4x4 adventure, comes the ex-Camel Trophy participants of Jose Manuel and Adolfo Suances. Mud, water and adventure are nothing new to them. This is their 2nd attempt at the Rainforest Challenge, and they know what it takes to finish the event. However, winning is not everything for them, and for most of the others as well. The important thing is getting involved in the action and proving what they're made of. If there's one thing to say about the participants, it is their sportsmanship. No matter what the odds are, they will never give up, but continue to slog on to the end. A broken cable here is a normal thing. was not on their side. They also suffered a jammed cable, which caused them valuable time. The windbreaker SS claimed another victim. Jose and Adolfo did not finish within the stipulated time or DNF time, but that's immaterial. They gained recognition. They later went on to clinch the special award in the event. The approach to this special stage is crucial. For the unwary, it can cause a flip into the water, like it did to this team from Poland. However, help was everywhere for this team led by a doctor from Warsaw. The doctor appeared with his co-driver and was soon recovered out of the river. After repairs, the team will be back for more action and eventually went on to finish the event. For this home team from Rajd, they took a different approach, with the co-driver crossing the river first, which, as the end result shows, is the right way. Using the SIMEX Extreme Trekker and the competition-rated Warn 8274 winch, it was action all the way across the river. Slowly but surely, Keng Lam and Pak Yong made it through this special stage, and with a score of 87 points. They beat this winch breaker test, 1 out of only 10 teams to do so. For the Aussie team, it was time to do some repairs. Another characteristic of the various teams is their ability to do their own repairs in the fastest time and adapting to different conditions. Meanwhile, the official support crew also had to do its own battle to continue into the next stage. In the Rainforest Challenge, nothing comes easy for everyone. Nobody's spared from teamwork and hard work. One of the trademarks of the event is one for all and all for one. A motto that they live by. Midway through the event, time to take stock and inform on the following day's schedule by the officials. This would be the last briefing before heading to the Twilight Zone area, the most fearsome tracks of them all. But before that, more testing to do for the competitor teams. Here at Felda Lepar Utara in central Pahang, another Malaysian team of Tan and Lee of Johor have to prove their worth. From here on, the special stages became more taxing for man and machine, to the delight of all participants. the rains came too, making it even tougher for everyone. Winching action is part and parcel of such an adventure competition event, which calls for a well-coordinated approach to tackle the obstacle. The next battle was orienteering along Sungai Akim. Hong Kong sent 5 teams this year, and here, Chong Chi Kwan and Yong Si Long, the team leaders, have the experience to match their skills. Urban Hong Kong teams have shown improvement since they participated 4 years ago, both in their vehicle preparations as well as the capability of their teams. Even though with new entrants every year, the progress has been notable. Team 188 of Cheong and Yong finished in 14th position overall this year, the highest position ever reached by a Hong Kong team. Back at the Medic Center of Event HQ, there was work to be done. Most of the injuries sustained were minor bruises and cuts, but the medical crew is well equipped for any kind of light emergency, which they did with full dedication. The only major incident was a fractured shin of a Hungarian pressman, who was transferred out of the jungle to Junker Hospital.
Yesterday we had a scrutineering again, just to check to make sure they had all their compulsory equipment, which includes, if they're using electric winches, they need a spare cable and a spare motor, spare solenoids, because the amount of winching they'll be doing, they're going to need spare parts in case if something goes wrong.
The rains welcomed the competitors to the Twilight Zone, the most formidable part of the journey. Out of the 56 teams at the starting point, only 40 reached the entrance, and of these, only 24 teams managed to complete the 5 special stages of this section. Wu Kenyon and James Wong are the most highly qualified among the 5 PAT teams which entered for the event. They proved their worth by winning it in class and 4th overall. The hill of no return says it all. No retreat for anyone who is past this point of no return. For Wong of Sabah and Shinichi of Japan, nothing is intimidating. Having reached this far, it's all systems go in winch power, manpower, tire power, and engine power. They worked their way through and eventually won 7th position in the overall category. Intermittent rains fell throughout the Twilight Zone areas, which made the going tougher for everyone, but nobody complained. Meanwhile, for Alan and Lo Fu Siong, the chase for the overall title hots up between them and the Young Guns team from Australia, with Simon Buck and Matthew Cook from the UK not far behind. No local team has taken the overall trophy since 1997. Not lacking in skill or technique, it was a wait-and-see situation for the moment until they finished the most demanding part of the whole event. Further into the interior, even the official crew faced difficulties. This was to be expected, as the journey was taxing everyone. Nothing comes easy in the Twilight Zone, and working your way out is the only option. There is no other way. For Simon and Matthew, their attempt here was free of trouble, which helped them to move further up the chase for the overall title. But the battle was far from over. More obstacles lay ahead. For their efforts this year, Simon and Matthew did well. They went on to clinch third place overall. Perhaps overconfidence made Dan and Lee roll over here, but all's not lost. They recovered quickly and came back to finish this special stage. A rollover like that is not a major problem for most of the competitors. These are well-prepared and highly qualified adventurers who will stop at nothing to reach the finishing line. They finished this special stage within the DNF time. Such is the fighting spirit of everyone in the Rainforest Challenge. They eventually finished the event at 6th position overall. For Maurice and Maurice of the Dutch team, they found themselves in an awkward position here, but all's not lost. They're going down this hill, cautiously, come what may, and they still have time to finish.
Pick it up. Pick it.
With experience in European competitions, they kept their cool and calm. There was no reason to panic. After After all, this was the SIMEX Rainforest Challenge.
Using flag. Using? It's so big here. You got flag?
My friend there. Shit.
With plenty of time to spare, they had time to recover themselves and finish this special stage. They went on to finish in 16th position overall. Not bad for a first-timer to the Rainforest Challenge. Sabah Borneo Safari champions of Chang and Chang showed why they are champions of quality. Overcoming mud, rocks and river was second nature. But still, in a 10-day event like this, anything can go wrong. They did well in the Twilight Zone. However, the Rainforest Challenge Championship crown eludes them this time. They finished in 5th position overall. Who knows, they might get lucky next year. The Indonesian contingent was made up of 5 teams, their biggest appearance. Though well prepared, luck was not on their side, and they succumbed to mechanical breakdown, but won the recognition. They also clinched the special award for special achievements. Outback champions Stephen and Stephen, the young guns from Australia, said that they have come with no expectations to win, just to do well and have fun. However, in the process, they had a good run since day one of the event, even though the terrain was completely different from their country. They admitted that the special stages of the Twilight Zone had been scary, but once they had done them, they felt great, and so they continued building up their confidence with each special stage. By this time, the championship crown was not far from their grasp, if they can complete this stage in good time. But in the meantime, it's hard work all the way to the top. At the end of the event, they won the overall champions title, which they attributed to maintaining good teamwork, avoiding penalties, and remaining consistent in their performance. Back to Alan and Lou, the Malaysian hopefuls for the overall title. They did well, but well was not good enough to dislodge the Australians from #1. Maybe they'll have to wait till next year. And so they settle for second best. However, they are still the Malaysian champion team, having the highest score behind the Australians. One of the lessons learned here is the use of the ground anchor, a very useful tool to have, and using it correctly and with the right technique is essential. For that, it is a compulsory item included in the rules and regulations. The 24 teams that completed the Twilight Zone received a warm welcome to base camp. Even though more tests are in store for the competitors, it is now difficult to dislodge the leading teams. But everyone was delighted to have completed the Twilight Zone. Germany's Frieda Schwartz, first time to Malaysia, also did well, finishing in 19th position overall. Apart from overcoming the terrain, the heat and the humidity of the tropics was also conquered. Even though the rules and format of competition are slightly different from European events, his team enjoyed the thrill of being in a jungle adventure. The team event was full of fun and camaraderie as everyone worked as a team. Here the task is to bring a dead vehicle across the water to the other side of the bank and into the finishing box. They have to use whatever means at their disposal, and here it was brute force. At the beachfront of the Swiss Garden Hotel in Kuantan, it was time for the finale as the teams concluded their driving tests along the sand. Sand driving techniques are quite different from the rough and muddy tracks, so careful driving of the vehicles and the correct tire pressure are essential. The last event was carried out with much gusto by everyone. The task here is to pull a dead vehicle into the finish box. All the team vehicles must be in the box in the fastest time. The PAT teams won along with the SIMEX teams. They shared the honor of team event champions.
I had a very unfortunately small accident in jungle. I broke my right leg. It was I was surprised how good service I had in the hospitality.
The twilight zone was pretty good. It made a lot of fun.
The transit section, probably the most exciting we've done here. The guys, all of the officials, and I can't remember all their names, who prepared it, done a brilliant job. I think it's run very smoothly this year.
Oh, I think they were good SSs. You know, they were really good. You had to think about how you were going to do them. They were very, very good. The winching ones especially, and that's what I came to see.
When coming back to Indonesia, I will introduce this Rainforest Challenge to other Indonesia off-roader. But I will tell them everything must prepare well. If not, they will sleep in the jungle. Yeah.
The one thing we did have this year, which was beautiful over the other years, is the twilight zone. To go into a jungle that people haven't been in 30 years is a big, big privilege.
We were extremely lucky because the place we broke down was a place where you usually have difficulties to get any vehicle through.
From the experience again this year, they will know what to prepare for next year.
So far as I know, this event obviously is the most encouraging 4x4 driving competition in the world.
This year's Rainforest Challenge has been quite interesting in terms of the route. The twilight zone has been what the adventurers are looking for. It was every one of the competitors who came out gave a thumbs up to this year's route. Okay, even though the weather has been kind, however, we have finished all the route, all the SS, and the total cooperation from all the marshals and officials, international as well local, and the state government machinery has been superb.
What a finale to this year's Rainforest Challenge at Balok Beach, Kuantan. We'll be back again in the Rainforest Challenge 2002 at the end of October in Pahang, Malaysia. The Rainforest Challenge overseas selections are already underway worldwide, where the champions and winners will be eligible to attend the thriller in the Rainforest Challenge 2002.